Good morning, this is Federico Bentley from Ayondo Markets giving you this morning's market update. This morning we start by focusing on the European markets, with the UK 100s down 20 points, the France 40 rollings 24 points lower, and the Germany 30 rollings 65 points below in this morning's trading. In Asia, plunging oil prices helped push stocks towards a weekly loss. China's benchmark Shanghai composite index was down 0.6% to 3,434.58 points. However, the Japanese Nikkei index was up 1% at 19,230 points. Meanwhile, the Chinese yuan hit a 4.5-year low after the People's Bank of China set its guidance rate at the weakest level in more than 4 years, a sign policymakers are allowing the currency to depreciate. Looking at the banking sector, Lloyd's shares rose today after a court of appeal sided with the bank over its request to buy back special high-interest bonds, which were issued during the height of the financial crisis. Lloyd sold the enhanced capital notes, ECNs, to retail investors shortly after it was bailed out by the government in 2009, boosting its capital buffer. The notes could be converted to cash if Lloyd's capital ratio fell below a certain level. But regulatory changes meant that the ECNs no longer count towards a bank's capital buffer, leading Lloyd's to invoke a capital disqualification clause in order to buy back the bonds at a face value. Buying back the bonds would enable the bank to save £200 million annually over the next 5 years, as it wouldn't have to pay bondholders the interest rate of between 6 and 16%. Standard Chartered has raised £3.3 billion through a rights issue of new stock as part of ongoing efforts to bolster the bank's bottom line. Under new Chief Executive Bill Winters, the Asia-focused lender set out its plans to shore up the struggling firm last month. Other measures include reducing the global bank's headcount by 15,000. Today, Standard Chartered had received acceptances of 96.79% of the new shares offered. Some of this cash will help it weather the near-term macroeconomic storm. The bank said previously it had been struggling against factors including a slowdown in China and other emerging markets, as well as a wider commodity slump. Now for some other corporate news, Sage Group wants to list 250,000 ordinary shares on the London Stock Exchange by December 14th. Legal & General said today it will end quarterly reporting because it's in the best long-term interest of the company, shareholders and customers. And Ladbrokes has appointed Richard Snow as acting Chief Financial Officer under the proposed merger with Coral when it completes next year, following the clearance by the Competition Markets Authority. Now for some key data in focus, we have at 1:30 over the US the retail sales, and at 3 p.m. over the US the business inventories. That's all for today's news, so thank you very much for listening and all the best on your day's trading.